Hello guys, welcome to my channel Sin Science. Padaku. Today we will understand new lesson the living organisms, characteristics and habitats. Padaku. Have you visited hills or deserts or any coastal area? क्या कभी आपने पहाड़ों की खूबसूरती का आनंद लिया है या फिर रेगिस्तान की वो तपती हुई धूप, तपती हुई दोपहरें, तपती हुई बालू? आई मीन टू से ऐसी जगह जहां काफी गर्म पड़ता है, डिजर्ट एरियाज जस्ट एज राजस्थान, और एनी कोस्टल एरिया, समुद्र का किनारा, दूर तक फैला हुआ अथाह समंदर, अथाह समंदर, किनारों से टकराती हुई समुद्र की लहरें और उन लहरों के साथ में आते हुए समुद्र में रहने वाले छोटे छोटे जीव जंतु सच एज क्रैब्स, snails, starfishes, etc. Sea beaches are those places where one must walk on. पढ़ाकू, in this chapter we will visit these places. और मैं ले चलूंगा आपको वहां भी where you find ice and snow round the year. What is common between all these places? You will get different kinds of trees, plants, animals, and the climate. But question is this, what are the differences there? Trees, plants, creatures means animals as well as climate change everywhere. In different climates you will find different kind of animals and trees, plants. First of all, you understand one thing. All kinds of plantations called flora and all kinds of organism called fauna means flora and fauna. इस धरती पर जितने भी प्रकार के जीव जंतु पाए जाते हैं सारे के सारे फौना कहलाते हैं, और जितने भी प्रकार के पेड़ पौधे हैं वो सारे के सारे फ्लोरा में आते हैं. वन बाय वन वी विल डिस्कस अबाउट दीज प्लेसेस. लेट अस स्टार्ट विथ those places which are having long and wide trees. न जाने कितने तरीके के पेड़ पौधे and a variety of animals also present over there. Now, trees, plants as well as animals. Here one table is shown to you in which different animals, plants are given according to the surroundings. Let us understand the habitat and adaptation. Habitat is that place where an organism lives, and this habitat provides food, water, air, shelter and other needs to the organisms. So in other words we can say a number of plants and animals are present in the same habitat. एक ऐसा वातावरण जो हवा, पानी, वहाँ पाए जाने वाले पौधे, जानवरों और उन सारी चीज़ों से मिलकर बना है, जहाँ पर ये सब एक साथ मिलकर रहते हैं और इसमें अपनी ज़रूरतों को पूरा करते हैं. As you have seen in the oceans, seas, plants and animals are surrounded by saline water, the water which is salty in nature. Means ऐसा पानी जिसमें बहुत ज्यादा खनिज लवण, नमक मिला हुआ है. Whereas the desert areas where the quantity of water is very small. During the daytime these places are very hot, and in the evenings and nights so cool. सो पढ़ाकू, ये जो समुद्र की दुनिया है वो अलग है और ये जो रेगिस्तान की दुनिया है वो अलग है. दीज आर द डिफरेंट डिफरेंट हैबिटेट्स. जब हम समुद्री जीवन की बात करते हैं, व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द सी लाइफ, then we are bound to discuss about the fishes having very streamlined body. Just to understand the meaning of streamlined body, please go through the video of lesson body movements. And this streamlined body helps them to move inside the water easily. So basically, there are two habitats. Number one, terrestrial, and another one is aquatic habitat. When we are talking about the terrestrial habitats, it is very much concerned to plants and animals that live on land. Means habitats are forests, deserts, grasslands, coastal areas, mountain regions, and the life which is found in water, that is called aquatic life as well as aquatic habitat. Lakes, oceans, rivers, ponds, these are example of aquatic habitats. In these habitats there are two types of components. Two types of components are there. Number one, biotic component, and another one is abiotic component. Biotic components are those components which are living, means plants and animals, as well as abiotic components which are found in our surrounding, such as sunlight, heat, soil, air, water, examples of abiotic components. These abiotic factors such as air, water, light, heat, these affect to the growth of the plants. पौधों की ग्रोथ पर इन चीजों का बहुत जबरदस्त प्रभाव पड़ता है. जस्ट टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस थिंग, लेट अस परफॉर्म वन एक्टिविटी. हम ऐसा करते हैं, कुछ चने के दाने ले लेते हैं और इनको भिगो कर जस्ट फॉर अ होल नाइट वी विल पुट इन डिफरेंट डिफरेंट कंडीशंस. कुछ को हम पूरी तरीके से पानी में डुबा देते हैं, कुछ को हम एक ऐसी प्लेस पर रखते हैं जहाँ पर धूप भी है और हवा भी है, और कुछ को हम बिल्कुल अंधेरी जगहों पर रख देते हैं, सच एज इनसाइड अ कपबोर्ड, और कुछ को हम ऐसी जगह रख देते हैं जो बहुत ठंडी है, सच एज इनसाइड द रेफ्रिजरेटर्स. And after 4 or 5 days we will observe what has happened. हम पाते हैं कि ग्रोथ जो सबसे बढ़िया हमें दिखाई देती है और जहाँ पर संभव दिखाई देती है वो सिर्फ उन्हीं जगहों पर होती है वेयर एवर द सनलाइट, द एयर, द water content, everything is present, is found in a very proper ratio and amount. जहाँ पर बढ़िया सी धूप है, नमी है और हवा है, वहाँ पर सबसे बढ़िया ग्रोथ हमको दिखाई देती है. सो वी कैन से abiotic factors affect to the growth of the seeds and plants. Now the topic is a journey through different habitats. आज पढ़ाकू हम लोग अलग अलग तरीकों के हैबिटेट्स से गुजरेंगे और हम we will enjoy there. Oh, you can say a journey without ticket, without any transport. Padaku, you can say this is a virtual journey. According to the abiotic factors of a desert, camels have adopted to themselves. You know that camels are having very long legs which help to keep their bodies away from the heat of the sun. ये इनके शरीर को तपती हुई धूप से काफी ऊंचा रखते हैं. They excrete very small amount of urine. Their dung is dry as well as they do not sweat. That's why they can live for many days without water because they lost a very small amount of water from their bodies. Palaku, the other animals of the desert, they do not have this much long legs. So what they do? They stay in burrows deep in the sand at daytime. दिन के वक्त अपनी जमीन के अंदर गहरी सुरंगों में छिप कर बैठते हैं. And these animals come out only during the night when it is cooler. Plants of the desert have also adopted according to the situations and conditions. Either the leaves in the desert plants are absent or very small. Sometimes the leaves are converted into the spines. As you know, stomata are present on the leaves. जब यहाँ पर लीव्स ही नहीं है, बहुत छोटी हैं, तो फिर ट्रांसपिरेशन का भी सवाल नहीं उठता. और ट्रांसपिरेशन नहीं होगा तो वाटर लॉस नहीं होगा, और वाटर लॉस नहीं होगा तो पानी की ज़रूरत भी कम हो जाएगी. In the plants such as cactus, you find fleshy leaves. Palaku, these are not leaves, these are the stems. Leaves of these plants have been converted into the spines. So now you can understand the process of photosynthesis take place where? At the same place, means green stems. Just to understand this, we can perform one activity. आप दो गमले ले लो, एक में कैक्टस लगा है और एक में कोई नॉर्मल पौधा लगा है, और दोनों ही पौधों की पत्तियों को हम पॉलीथीन से कवर कर देते हैं और इसे धूप में रख देती हैं. थोड़ी देर बाद, कुछ समय के बाद हम क्या पाते हैं? वाटर कंटेंट इज हाई इन दैट पॉलीथीन which has been tied on the normal plant. So you can say transpiration does not take place that much in the desert plants. Have you seen one more thing? Have you noticed one more thing? The stem of the desert plants that is having a very shiny surface, that is thick too. Actually, it is waxy layer which helps to retain water in the tissues of cactus. Usually, the roots of the desert plants move very deep into the soil for absorbing water. Padhaku, mountain regions are those places which are extremely cold, having very cold climate. And during the winters, snowfall can take place. Very different kind of flora and fauna is present over there. Means you can say यहाँ के जो जानवर हैं, जो पौधे हैं, वो बिल्कुल अलग दिखाई देते हैं हमारे प्लेन्स से. In this region, the trees are generally cone shaped and have sloping branches. Leaves are needle shaped. Why is it so? ऐसा इसलिए होता है जिससे कि वहाँ पर ज़्यादातर होने वाली बारिश या फिर ये जो बर्फ़ गिरती है, ये आसानी से बिना रुके हुए उनके पत्तियों से और उनकी ब्रांचेस से नीचे चली जाए. रेन वाटर एंड स्नो slide off easily. You may find trees with shapes very different from those that are also present on mountains. They may be different kind of. This is also due to the adaptations to survive on the mountains. Animals which are found in this region, they have also adapted to the conditions of hills. They are having thick skin or fur to protect them from cold. For example, mountain goats, yaks, snow leopards. These are some examples. Palaku, do you know one thing? Snow leopards has thick fur on its body including feet and toes just to protect themselves from the cold when they walk on the snow. As well as mountain goats are having strong hooves for running up the rocky slopes of the mountains. Padaku, rest of the things of this lesson we will discuss in the very next video. By the meantime, take care of yourself, take care of your study, but do one thing, please subscribe the channel and do not forget to like the video. Goodbye.